왜 안 돼? 잠시만요. 패드가 맛이 갔어. 아, 이제 된다. 이건 저번 에피소드 얘기죠?
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
앞에 두 에피소드는 제가 방송 제대로 하기 전에 깨가지고 없어요 지금.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
지금 단축키가 기억이 안 나. 뭐 따로 없는 것 같고.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
이렇게 해서 이 사람이 어떤 사람인가 추론하는 거예요. 뭐 괜찮은 게임이에요. 옛날보다 더 많이 나온다 한 번에. 제가 옛날이라는 거는 옛날 에피소드 말하는 거예요.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was
참
still
맞다.
burning.
저 방송
There was a
바꿔야 되는데.
fire burning all night.
잠시만요.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed.
아우,
I
집중이
couldn't
안
open
된다.
it.
투기장 때문에.
So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
잠시만요. 마우스. 됐다. 방송 언어 바꾸느라 그랬어요? 오, 근데 꽤 버벅이네.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These
아,
doors
이거
make a lot
제대로
of
듣지
noise.
못했다 나도. 이럴 때는
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Frigidarium.
The steam room. The changing room.
방금 뭐 뜬 거 같은데?
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam. Champagne for a special occasion.
뭐가 문제지?
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
뭐 떴는데? 아,
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
아, 그거 설정해놔야 되나?
Lord, Holmes.
잔인한데?
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
The death is very recent, between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry. Or he is an artist. Or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
다음에 그 엔비디어로 해봐야겠네요. 방송이 상당히 끊기는 것 같은데.
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
방송도 바꿔야겠고 제목도 바꿔야겠구나. 잠시만요.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Mr. Holmes?
The grid cannot be removed. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
이게 제일 수상한데 아무것도 안 뜨네. 일단 앞에 그 직원 신문하고 그리고
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Please wait. I need to do something first. How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
응? 여기도 뭐가 있네?
This area serves as a... tools used by archaeologists in their research. I will need these tongs.
알겠다.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
저것도 가져가? 도둑놈이 쎄.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
아이고 더 봐야 되는데 없나 뭐? 없나 보네.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for a glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
right? I wonder how this could have happened.
나도
Yes, it
놀랬네.
is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement. Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the
Please.
These baths are becoming sinister.
I can't understand what...
The grid cannot be removed. I should analyze this melted metal. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
뭐 떴는데?
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed properly first.
Do we have to stay here? Can't we go?
이제 데려가라고 했지?
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade.
아이고 시간 걸렸더니 단서가 모임에게 연결이 되는데 아직 단서가 연결이 안 되고 있어요. 일단 증거들을 분석한 다음에 다시 가는 게 낫겠죠?
On the sofa for the third time today. Well,
What should we do next, Holmes?
어우 겁내 많네. 이거 다 퀴즈인데.
selenite. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold.
아이고.
White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
이거 언제 다 하냐.
Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and... Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water. This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver. The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver.
답정 넣어.
Britannia silver quality.
목 아파.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
증거로 넘어갔나 보네요.
That is not. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
백과사전 쪽에 있나?
That is not. That is not the one I need. That is not.
1893년 15장.
That is not.
아, 여기 있구나.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
신문을 해야 나오겠네요. 다 챙겼나? 신문을 꺼내놨고, 네, 이동시키고 그동안 물 좀 마셔야겠네요. 12시 반.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim. Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card. When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself.
옆에 왜 뜬 거야?
A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to
아까
a
그
rash
뚱뚱이 아저씨죠?
or even
괴로우는?
hallucinations.
이번 건 좀 용의자가 많아서 되게 헷갈리네요.
An ordinary pencil.
지금 누가 죽었는지 계속 헷갈려. 너무 사람이 많으니까.
A hand-drawn map. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
증거를 훼손하고 싶지 않다면서.
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief.
남손 수건도
I'm
막
sure that
쓰고.
Watson won't mind if I use his.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well,
막 나가죠.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room.
아, 그거네.
An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. I see the join. This ring was repaired and quite badly
아까
too,
그것도
with
은이었죠?
silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
또 챙기고.
An old and rather dirty coin.
또 챙기고.
I'm always wondering what's on your...
신문을 제일 마지막에 하는 게 편하더라고요. 주범실부터 가야겠죠?
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
아, 이거 뭐 사람 얼굴 모양으로 봉합을 해놨어. 입, 코, 눈.
Some light bruising caused by a rope.
목욕탕이 살인 현장이 아닌 것처럼 계속 나오고 있죠,
The
증거들이.
bruising is in lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a
곡선형.
curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
뜬금없는 데서 났어? 좀만 더 기다렸다 해봅시다. 아니다 돌아가야겠다. 둘 다 말이 되잖아요. 지금 이러면 애매해가지고 좀 더 기다려봐야 돼. 첫 번째 사건은 난이도 진짜 쉬웠는데 갈수록 어려워지네요. 부검은 이걸로 끝난 것 같고.
We don't have many leads here.
신문을 먼저 할까? 이거를 확인해보고. 신문할 단서밖에 없죠. 이게 뭔가 좀 건덕지를 만들 단서가 있으면 그거를 먼저 하는 게 나은데, 그러면 신문을 먼저 하는 게 없죠.
Locked.
Right, you, Mr. Holmes.
아, 이렇게 내려오는 거야? 누구부터 할까?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
먼저 이걸 한번 긁어야 됩니다. 아, 밑에서 나서 그랬구나.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
근데
I
경험상
had met
나중에
Sir
찍어야
Rodney
되더라고요.
briefly once
저기서
in
어떻게
Egypt,
좁혀지지가
and
않아요.
I'd shared my
감은
researches with
오는데.
him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly.
Well, Sir Rodney was, God, a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Do you recognize this ring?
왜 이렇게 질문 많아
Certainly.
오늘?
It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
아닌데. 아 이건 모르겠다.
How well were your researchers
어차피 이거
progressing
무한
before Sir Rodney's
시대에서
arrival?
Rather well.
이게 일사천리가 아니라는 걸 해야 되거든요. 아 이거겠다. 아까
This
편지 내용이
letter
갑자기
reveals
기억나서.
that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight
갑자기
to defend Sir
급수상해지고
Rodney's
있죠. 막 흙도 묻어
expectations.
있고.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got
은으로 된 살인기구 아닐까? 그게 녹아서 그런 거고.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
저 친구도 상태 안 좋아 보이고. 비키는 게.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
난 체크. 얼굴에서 이렇게 많이 나오는 거 처음 본다. 처음 본다. 잠깐만. 단추 아니고.
What is your occupation?
I am a councillor at the district chamber.
What were you doing at the bar?
Well, I
관악구
follow the
의원이셨네.
researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So
네,
many things
이집트
happened
미신
and
같은 거
we
입고
need to know.
있으면
Or
미라
perhaps it's
그런
better
거
hidden.
수 있고.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you, and he trusted me. But
Are you feeling unwell?
I'm sorry. It is I. I remember. I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear. No, nothing. I'm better now.
Please
Oh,
try to
my
recall
God.
what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses.
아,
I
안녕.
was not feeling so very well in
깨졌죠?
there.
두꺼운 테.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife. What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behaviour?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh. His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know
이집트
it.
얘기하는 거 같죠?
I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be
이집트에서
very
뭔가를
rare.
훔쳐가지고
No,
그거에 대한 거나?
I don't know.
모르겠다.
Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it. We discovered some
줄려
melted
가져왔어.
silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too
아,
strong.
좀 이제 롤드컵 시작인데.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in
신문
the
3명은 다
changing
하고
room?
끝내야 될 것 같은데요.
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor.
뭐가 생겼다. 응? 그러니까요. 아, 더 있을 텐데. 자,
Please
이쯤까지 하고
escort this
빨리
suspect
롤드컵
for
보러 가야지.
interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the
사람이
police with their
목탕 중이었죠?
investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
원숭이 같이 생겼다. 그러니까 아까 걔 목욕탕 지원도 되게 무서워했죠? 응? 아니네. 바퀴 다 돌았는데 아.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
아니네. 편지인가 보네.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
샴페인인가? 편지인가? 편지인가 보네. 그러게 샴페인 아직 누가 하는지 아직 아무도 모르죠.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
이게 뭐 시간에 따라 답이 달라진다고도 들은 것 같은데.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
더 봐야 되는데. 어디 보자. 그럼 이제 다음으로 아니 다음으로 해야 되는 게 방금 뭐지? 잠시만요. 맨날 나오는 그 말이었구나. 상황을 보면 자, 오늘은 여기까지 하겠습니다. 빨리 보러 가야지. 롤드컵 보다가 1시 내일 아침에 법원 가면 되겠구나. 그 영상은 유튜브에 올려두고 있으니까 나중에 혹시라도 보실 분들 계시면 제 유튜브 찾아보시면 됩니다.